What's going on, everybody? This is Nick coming at you on behalf of spacershop.com. This brand new machine built spacer just showed up, and I'm really excited to get it on my 2018 Toyota Highlander. I'm 6'5", so this is going to put me in a much better driving position on a car that's not particularly made for taller people. So let's get started. Before coming to this part, I disconnected the battery to avoid the airbag from going off. You definitely want to do that. So we'll start with our flathead screwdriver right there, and we're just gonna flip it up to release the airbag, and we're gonna do that all the way up here as well. Go. And then on the opposite side of the steering wheel where the cruise control is, get our fat head in here and release one more pin at the top. Bam. Comes right out. This is what we have on the back side. So pop the yellow top off of each of these gently. Real nice. A bump. There it is, 19mm. Now to get the steering wheel off, you want to rock it back and forth because it has a bit of a glued on effect because of the splines. And there it comes. Okay, that took a good bit of force and patience. Just keep that in mind. Missed a step here. We should disconnect these wires first. So this wire and harness disconnects at the top. There's 3 of them. Or 2 rather. And take note of how these wires are coming in and out of the steering wheel column to make sure you can put them back the way you found them. All right, so now we have our steering wheel completely off. Now we're going to move to this piece. All right, and feed our 2 cables through. We'll put our original steering wheel bolt on here. All right. I think we're just gonna go with that. All right, so now we have our extension piece here. Either side can go up or down. It looks to be identical either way. Then I've got my hand hex. I'm gonna tighten it down with that. All right, lovely. All I did was screw these 6 bolts in. Now that we got that on there, we'll use the wiring harness extension that spacershop.com provided. This end with the clip is going to go into the steering wheel column right there in the center. Click. Now, steering wheel. Let's make sure to feed these back through the top hole where they came from. Remember, we took note of where they were beforehand so we would know. Right. So feed those through as we get our steering wheel on lines. Sliding. All right, it's on there now. Let's plug in our various jibs now. The green and brown cord is going to plug into our wiring harness extension, and we want to try to avoid tension on the wires as much as possible. It's going to happen a little bit, but minimize it. Click. And then there's this gray wire here. So let's feed it through and see if we can get it plugged in somehow. I don't know if it's going to happen though. This is actually going to be a challenge. It's going to be a real challenge here. What I'm going to do is start this gray wire in with my fingers and kind of get it in spot. All right, it's lined up. I have to push it in, click with the screwdriver right there. All right, I will go washer and then bolt. There we go. Now we're nutting. Bam. Again, around 35 foot-pounds is what I found. I'm just gonna make it pretty tight. Now we're ready to reconnect. Oh, did I do the same darn thing? I did. We're gonna want to feed these wires not through the top hole where they came from, but through the bottom hole where they should come. That's where that should have been the whole time. All right, so what I just did there, is took these two wires from coming through this hole to coming through this bottom area, because that will allow them to engage the horn and airbag with less tension on the wires. So when you do this, bring these wires through this bottom space, not this top space where they came from when you disassembled things. All right, last step here is to plug our wires in. It's going to be a little bit tighter, but we'll have room. Oh, this is hard. Oh man, that is tough to do. All right. Last step is to get this horn in place and push it like you're pissed off at a driver on the road. You want to hear all those clicks and make sure it's moving as normal. Awesome. We'll put our plastic covers back in place. And we're done. Thanks for watching.